Now the nuclear talks between the United States and Iran have wrapped up in Geneva. Trey Inks joins me now. Trey, did we hear anything coming out of today's meeting?
Yeah, Ashley, good morning. The second round of negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland, aimed at reaching a nuclear agreement with Iran have finished. Iran's foreign minister says a memorandum of understanding was reached with the U.S., but we didn't get much more than that. We do know, according to Iranian state media, that technical details were discussed, including Iran's uranium enrichment and stockpile levels. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner participated in the indirect negotiations that were led by Omani officials, with Iran's foreign minister leading the opposing delegation. Overnight, President Trump was asked about the talks, saying this.
I've been told that a deal is next to impossible. No, I think they want to make a deal. I don't think they want the consequences of not making a deal. They want to make a deal.
As negotiators gathered in Geneva, Iran's supreme leader spoke from Tehran. Amid a crowd that chanted and cheered, the Ayatollah Khamenei issued a new threat against the U.S. Navy.
They keep saying we have sent warships toward Iran. Okay, of course a warship is a dangerous device, but more dangerous than that is a weapon that can send that warship deep under the sea.
This gives you a sense of where things are at in the region. There is a massive U.S. military buildup. President Trump is urging diplomacy, and Iran's supreme leader is threatening the U.S. military. Ashley?
All right, Trey Inks, thank you very much for that. And as we just talked about, nuclear talks wrapping up in Switzerland, but President Trump said he would have his hand in them. Listen to this.
I'll be involved in those talks indirectly, and they'll be very important, and we'll see what can happen. I mean, it's been typically, Iranians are very tough negotiators. I would say they're bad negotiators because we could have had a deal instead of sending the B-2s in to knock out their nuclear potential, and we had to send the B-2s. I hope they're going to be more reasonable. It's told that a deal is next to impossible. No, I think they want to make a deal. I don't think they want the consequences of not making a deal.
All right, joining me now to talk about this, Victoria Coates, National Security Vice President at the Heritage Foundation. Victoria, let's begin there. Iran says they're open to compromise if the U.S. is willing to discuss lifting sanctions. What does that look like, and could that happen? It seems to me that President Trump would not be keen to lift sanctions because they're a huge tool in these negotiations.
Oh, absolutely, Ashley. That's why the Iranians are talking at all. They have an imploding economy. Some estimates have the inflation at 79%. And I would say for the supreme leader, he might have an easier time sinking an aircraft carrier than he does fixing that economy. So that's why they're talking. But they have no interest in actually dismantling their nuclear program, limiting their missiles, or ceasing their support for proxies. And both President Trump and Secretary Rubio have been very clear. Those are the conditions. So we'll see. If they get enough economic pain, maybe there's a deal to be had, but it's hard for me to see it coming out of Geneva right now.
The early attack by the U.S. And Israel on the nuclear facilities, how much does that play into their psyche? Because they know this president will deliver what he promises, so to speak.
No, it should definitely play into their psyche, as well as the fact that for the entire 12-day war, Iran was defenseless in the air against both the Israelis and the Americans. They couldn't do anything about it. And we operated with impunity, as did our Israeli allies, to strike what we wanted to strike. And so they know that. They know they can't do anything about that. And so the president is literally moving the biggest gun in the world, our top aircraft carrier, the Gerald Ford, into the region. It should be there in 5-6 days. We'll see what happens then.
Be interesting. Let's turn to another conflict. The U.S. Holding talks, peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. President Trump pushing for a deal here. Do you think we're making any progress? It feels like we're not, but I'm not behind the scenes.
It's really slow and painful, Ashley. And bear in mind, next week we're going to mark the 4th anniversary of this horrible war and all of the death and destruction that has come with it. And it's just amazing to think it's been 4 long years. And I think to President Trump's credit, he's got the parties at the table at long last. So those conversations at least are some small bit of progress. But really, quite frankly, until Putin decides that the war is too expensive for him, or he needs to start regrouping his military, I don't think we're going to see a final deal. We might get to a ceasefire, and we can all hope for that.
Yeah, at least that would be a start. I want to get this in too, Victoria. Secretary of State Marco Rubio shined on the global stage at the Munich Security Conference this weekend. Meanwhile, several Democrats, potential 2028 contenders, got very poor marks. Many of them used the platform just to blast President Trump. What was your reaction to the speeches? I want to kind of highlight Rubio because I thought his speech was excellent.
It really was. This wasn't a fair fight in any way, shape, or form. Secretary Rubio obviously has been a major figure in American foreign policy for well over 10 years, and it showed. And he gave a really powerful speech following up on the vice president's message in Munich last year about the need for Europe to save itself so it can be a strong partner to the United States. While AOC couldn't seem to find Taiwan on a map, and Gavin Newsom was trying to drive us back into the Green New Deal. So as I said, not a fair fight. Very good look for the administration.
Very good indeed. We'll leave it right there. Victoria Coates, great stuff as always. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.